Right, so you have this Unity project and you're trying to make realistic muzzle flash, but it kind of just ends up looking like this. Slow, cartoony, and really just not good. We're going to start with the main flash. Just whatever you have, which if you don't have anything, you can very easily get some by the Unity particle pack. I recommend using the Legacy because the Legacy does look better. You're going to go into Weapon Effects, Prefabs, and grab your Legacy Muzzle Flash right here. Now, this is modified. If I'm remembering correctly, this is modified because I modified it. But it should look more something like what we have on this one here. Just straight out of the package. So first off, we're going to set this to basically as low as it can go. This, we're going to put 0.05. If it's any lower than that, it will not show up in a VR, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that. So 0.3 should be a relatively safe zone, but keep it between 0.5 and 0.3. Next, we don't want it to fire on every single shot. So we're going to go over to the emission, and we're going to change that to whatever you're comfortable with, really. I'm going to go with about half. That's already looking much better. And if you want, and if you want some extra realism, we're going to turn on looping so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to go into our velocity over time. We're going to change that to about negative 0.5. And then we're going to scale this down to a more realistic level. Put it a little bit closer. And we're going to go back here and just adjust this to whatever you deem good. It's actually a lot more than negative 0.5. But you see this is already looking way better, way more real life accurate. You can go here and tone this down for duller colors if you're going for a more realistic look, or you can leave it bright if that's what you prefer. You can always go down into here and just change the transparency. That will also help. I find using this is just fine, but it always project to project. Make sure it's good to your liking, whatever it may be. Then we're going to go off of weapon effects back into weapon examples, or effect examples. And this time we're going to use the regular, the non-legacy version, which they should both be on the asset store if you look it up. And we're gonna get steam. Oh, nope, wrong one. Pressurized steam. It's gonna look like this, which is completely fine. We're gonna wanna unpack it. And drag it, just unparent it from that one. And delete this one, you don't need it. Drag this one onto your wherever your particles effect system is really. Mine is just in the particles. This goes for any project, not just VR. You can literally, whichever project you have that uses particle system. Scale this down and set the gravity modifier to 0. You can change that if you want something a little bit more realistic. Reset the rotation here. Move it to about the edge of the barrel. Yeah, that's pretty good. Drag it out a little bit so it doesn't clip in there. Same thing with what we did with the muzzle flash. We're going to scale it down a wee bit. Careful not to scale it on like these axes. Scale it all on all of them, because otherwise it can look really messed up. So change the opacity to whatever suits your occasion. I'm going to do something like that. Turn off looping. And just press play. You'll see it comes out of the barrel very, very slowly. You can also go over to the emission and do that. Have this always on 1 so that it fires on every shot. And you'll have something that looks a little bit better. We're actually going to set these. This one I'm going to put 0.2 should be good. This one, just keep it as low as possible. And then just adjust them as you deem necessary. So in my case, 1 is pretty good. And once again, I'm going to go over to the velocity over lifetime and just change this. I'm going to turn on looping, make it a little bit easier. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit like that. And then I'm going to stop looping. And look at that. That's so much better. We're going to duplicate this. And we are going to basically undo what we just did. Set this to about 0. Press play. Loop down to emission. And you're going to see a bunch of different effects. A little bit like this, more of a wall per se. And we are going to set the opacity a little bit lower because that's a little bit bright. Now we're going to press play, select them all. You'll have a very nice looking muzzle flash effect.